I want to talk a little bit about Tesla, right? So Elon Musk mentioned that they're looking to manufacture about 300,000 cars from January to September next year in Shanghai or in China, right? And I think it's a movement from the US to I think they're currently manufacturing in California, if I'm not mistaken, and they're trying to move that to China. And of course, one of the biggest things that Tesla is currently facing is the chip shortage, automotive chip shortage, where he believes it to be settled by the end of the year. That's what Elon Musk is saying. I mean, we
Sorry,
don't know.
I don't believe in
So
manufacturing numbers from him. Just saying, no, I don't trust him when it comes to manufacturing.
agreed. I mean, he has always been fighting the board with regards to the numbers that he has forecasted, right? And of course, at the same time, he's got a cult following, so I guess the stock market is still just following him on what he says. But what do you guys think of him moving to China with regards to setting up this manufacturing plant? What do you think it's for? Is it cost?
I think a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So Tesla already has a gigafactory in China, right? In Shanghai. And from what I just Googled here, this Shanghai gigafactory it was designed to make 500,000 cars per year. So I mean, given that the factory was completed, and if this number is actually true, then I think Elon Musk saying 300,000 within a 9-month period, it's in the realm of feasibility from a battery perspective, right? I think he's made bigger claims about a lot of other stuff. From a realm possibility side of things, right? So yeah, so from that perspective, I guess at this point I believe him. I believe it's possible. The question really is going to be, will they actually be able to really pull it off? I don't really follow Tesla too closely, so I don't know, how many have they actually produced this year, right? In the last 9 months, how many did they produce? And yeah, if we were to extrapolate it out, what type of growth rate do they need to see in order to hit this goal that they're talking about?
Yeah. Okay, I can see ground on that. He has made crazier claims. It does sound like this is within the realm of possibility. Yes, Rakesh, you have something to say?
So yeah, for example, in the first 8 months in that factory, they did 240,000 cars, right? Rather, the vehicles were shipped. So we're looking at probably a 30% increase of cars in terms of manufacturing. I think that the question here as well is there is that current chip shortage. So the car cannot be made without this chip. And we have seen even Honda, right, in Japan as saying that we have a 40 to 50% chip shortage. And we're looking for that to increase and hopefully, a decrease 70% by the end of year. Or I think it was November that they were saying, right? So if that's the case, are we actually looking, given the fact that there wasn't the shortage is upcoming and could be worse, given that they did 240,000 cars in 8 months, a 40% or 30% increase on that, is that really sustainable?
Yeah, so I don't think it's about sustainability. It's really about growth and being strategic at this point in time, right? They are growing and they're trying to sell more cars and they're trying to optimize their supply chain. So, sustainability, yeah, I don't think it's within the discussion for this particular situation here. But I would say that if you look at the global market, you look at the global supply chain, China has the most efficient global supply chain, right? With this one, we cannot lie to ourselves, right? And they have end-to-end resources. They have the rare earth metals, all the way to producing very low-level chips. Yeah, it's not wrong that at this point in time, China is still producing 9 nanometer or 7 nanometer or 12 nanometer. Some of the bigger chips and if you look at who is producing the 3 nanometer, 5 nanometer, it's in Taiwan, it's in Samsung with Korea, and I think Intel is doing 5 nanometer. So a lot of the chips are still a lot more backward in China. So that is one big part about China's problem. But if you think about it, if the global supply chain challenge, I think China is going to win out on the global supply chain, right? Just because they have an end-to-end situation. The whole world has globalized, right? And shift their supply chain. Where do they shift their supply chain to? They shifted all their supply chain or big parts of their supply chain to China, right? So, and China rightfully pointed out that, hey, this is a strategic challenge that we are facing. And yeah, Black Sesame is doing it, Xiaomi is investing in it, and you'll see a lot more investment into developing that. But all that being said, it's not going to be an overnight thing. 3-year, 5-year, 10-year development. It's not like now, or whatever right? But I would say that if you understand the global chip supply chain, Taiwan and Korea is where a lot of the chips are coming from. Right, so I did a geek out with searching on ASML, and it's on the Stock Geek Out feed. So you should check it out and listen. What is inside? What do we talk about? So we vividly recognize that most of the chips are coming out of Asia. Right, so why don't you want to be here? Right, whether you're Tesla or not, you want to put your supply chain here. You want to have that kind of power to negotiate. And I think the Chinese government has the power to negotiate with its neighbors, although there's this tension with Taiwan, what have you. But hey, I can pay you a premium. I need the numbers, give it to me, right? So I make it sound like I'm part of the Chinese government, right? I'm not yet, but anyway. So
Yeah, is it? Yeah,
is the word. Maybe you can look out for me, okay? Anyway, but but yes, I think the idea here is China is very optimized with supply chain. They have a kink here, but whether Tesla is doing a short-term repositioning of its supply chain or whether it's like a longer-term strategic situation, either way, I think it's good decision, right?